So what story are you telling now? In fact, what was your story before you worked for the perfume brand? That's what I want to know.
I think I didn't know that I actually had a story. Or maybe I just refused to acknowledge. Or it could be that I thought it was too embarrassing to tell. Because I'm someone who doesn't like showing a lot of weakness. I'm a Leo. Leos like to show that, they're strong and they're out there all the time and they have it all figured out. That's not right. So I had to actually accept the fact that I am just a human being, just like everyone else, that has achieved greatness because of the past he had. And before the perfume brand, I was a very ambitious person, but I was lost. I didn't have no mentorship, no guidance, I just had a mom. I just had a great mom who believed in me and who taught me that I could do things. So that's the only things I had. And I think that was enough to a certain level. So now it's coupled with mentorships, guidance, people who have achieved greatness, success, and I can walk their path. So before, just to answer your question, I didn't know I had one.
So take me back to 2014.
Okay.
What happened then?
I packed my suitcases from Algeria, came to the land of opportunities, came to the UK, started my master's degree in psychology, and I thought that I had escaped a life that I didn't really want. Little did I know that you can never escape your past. You just have to accept it. So here I am.
You've used the word escaped and felt lost. What was you trying to escape?
So I probably tried to escape a lifestyle, moments, feelings, a reality.
What were those feelings?
Feelings of being lost, of not wanting to do much. I grew up doing everything, and I didn't want. I thought like I shouldn't deserve this. I shouldn't do what I'm doing. I should just live like my peers, and I should just be just like everyone else. When I was 17, 18, 19, I didn't have that. I had a lot of responsibility that I didn't want to.
Why did you feel like that though? What happened for you in order for you to make that decision?
Right. So when I was 14, I lost my dad, and it was not expected. It was not something that I anticipated. We lived a very happy family. Mom, dad, 3 children. I was the eldest. And all of a sudden, my dad got sick, admitted to hospital. And 2 months later, he passed away. But it was not meant, he was meant to come home. The surgery he had was successful. Everything he's done was just on point. So he was meant to come home. He did. And I think that was the last conversation I've had with him. And a week later, he passed away. So I found myself being the adult in the family without having to be the adult. At 14, I was taking my brothers to school, helping them with their homework, taking them to their swimming classes, football classes. So I found myself, I was the second person, second responsible adult. My mom was the only breadwinner, and I was there to help and support. I had feelings of anxiety and stress, and I was very upset. I didn't want it. It was not what I signed up for.
No, I mean, how did you sort of deal with that a young age? I mean, because I would imagine that there is people listening now that may have gone through a similar thing, whether it's mum and daughter, mum and son, dad and daughter, or whatever the situation may be, and the responsibility does fall on the younger sibling or the eldest sibling, and there's younger siblings within the family, and they're thinking, oh, perhaps that burden shouldn't be laid on them. So how did you deal with that?
I was so angry at my mom. I don't know why. As if she was the reason. And I found myself blaming her for every single thing. And it was a burden. It was a burden, but it was only making me strong. So I was the solution to every single problem. But at the end of the day, I also wanted to live my life. So I started giving her a hard time. Sorry, Mom. So she was very patient. And how I lived that from being 14, it took me about a year to cry over my dad. I didn't cry. It was the first time I discovered there was something called psychology. There was someone called a psychologist to help you out with your feelings, with your emotions, to help you out with, your mental health.
Yeah.
So that was the first time I encountered that. And after accepting that I lost my dad, it's then when I had cried for the first time.
So did you go through therapy?
Yes.
And what type of therapy was it?
So psychological support, coping, just going through PTSD and all that. I still go through therapy.
Yeah.
I mean, not for the same reasons.
Yeah.
But now I'm a big advocate of having someone to help you through your mental health. I think the same way your body aches, and when your body needs something, and when you have a stomach ache, you just go to the doctor. When you have a headache, you just go to the doctor. When you have a toothache, go to the dentist. So when we have an emotional ache, why don't we consult someone? Why do we think it's a taboo to consult and go to see someone who's experienced to help us to go through our emotion?
I 100% agree with you. And do you think that's more prominent in men that don't go and consult someone?
Yeah, I think men, well, look, we women, if I don't feel well, I'll just call my friend. I'll listen, let's just go out. We go over a cup of coffee and we just gossip. We have those moments between women. But men, because they have been conditioned that, no, you're strong. No, you shouldn't be crying. I see that in my family. The men shouldn't be crying. The man is the man of the family, like the pillar of the house. And they have to be strong enough and not show emotions. No. I think they should show emotions. Don't get me wrong, like not too much emotions. But they also have feelings. They're human beings. I think men should open up more. You never see a man just calling a friend and say, oh, I'm not feeling well. He will feel embarrassed. Why is that? I don't know. I think men should just have unless it happens, you tell me, but it's not being expressed.
This is the reason for the podcast. It's to get people's honest opinions. It's to get people not to change, but to be open-minded